How many times have you found yourself saying, "I'll be happy when..." Maybe it's when I get that promotion, or when I find the perfect partner. Perhaps it's when I finally have more money. We often put our happiness on hold, waiting for external circumstances to align perfectly. We believe happiness is a destination we arrive at, not a state we cultivate. But what if happiness isn't something that happens to you? What if it's something you choose, right now, regardless of what's going on around you? Many people operate under the belief that happiness is a direct result of perfect circumstances. They think, if only life were easier, then I would finally be happy. This is a common and understandable perspective. However, research suggests a different truth. Only about 10% of your long-term happiness is determined by external events and circumstances. The vast majority, around 90%, comes from how you process life and the habits you cultivate. Consider two people who both lose their jobs unexpectedly. One person might feel completely devastated, seeing it as the end of their world. The other might feel disappointed, but quickly start seeing it as an opportunity for a new direction. The external event is the same for both individuals. The difference lies entirely in their internal reaction and perspective. That difference is the power of choice. If happiness is largely a choice, why do so many people struggle to accept this? Why do we cling to the idea that it's outside our control? One significant reason is that it's often easier to blame the world or other people for our unhappiness. Taking responsibility for our internal state means admitting we have control, and that can feel like a heavy burden or even scary. Another powerful force is societal messaging. We are constantly bombarded with the idea that happiness can be purchased or achieved through external validation. Buy this product, look a certain way, achieve this status, and then you'll be happy. Social media amplifies this by presenting curated, often unrealistic versions of perfect lives. We compare our messy reality to someone else's highlight reel and feel inadequate, reinforcing the idea that we lack something necessary for happiness. Furthermore, we often misunderstand what happiness truly is. We imagine it as a constant state of ecstatic joy, free from any pain or discomfort. But genuine, sustainable happiness is more about contentment, resilience in the face of challenges, and a deep sense of gratitude for what we have. So how do we actively choose happiness, especially when life throws difficult things our way? It starts with conscious effort and practice. The first step is to reframe your thoughts. When something negative happens, instead of automatically thinking, "This has ruined my day," try shifting your perspective. Ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I navigate this challenge?" Next, cultivate a practice of gratitude. It sounds simple, but intentionally focusing on what you are thankful for can profoundly change your outlook. Try writing down 3 things you are genuinely grateful for each day. Learn to let go of the need for life to be fair. Life isn't always fair, and expecting it to be can lead to constant frustration and resentment. You can still find moments of joy, meaning, and peace even when circumstances are unjust. Finally, stop comparing yourself to others. Your journey is unique. The only person you should measure yourself against is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth and progress. Here's the hard truth. Choosing happiness does not mean you will never feel sadness, grief, or pain. These emotions are a natural part of the human experience. Choosing happiness means that you acknowledge these feelings, but refuse to let them be the sole definition of your life. You can experience loss and still find moments of gratitude. You can face hardship and still choose to seek out joy. Happiness is not a destination you reach after overcoming all obstacles. It is a decision you make, moment by moment, day by day. Many people find this difficult to accept because it means they can no longer place the blame for their unhappiness entirely outside themselves. But you have the power to be different. The next time you catch yourself saying, "I'll be happy when..." Pause. Instead, ask yourself, "What can I appreciate right now?" You have the choice to complain because roses have thorns, or to rejoice because thorns have roses. As Ziggy said, your happiness is truly in your hands. What will you choose today?